We are live. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another stream. Today we're going to be doing a 14-man sleeper mock draft. It's open to all you guys to join. If you have any friends who would like to join, they're more than welcome to. So yeah, I am doing this to prepare for a high-stakes draft that I have tomorrow night. So we should be all good. I will be right back. Alright, so let me get the link. The invite link. Should be all good. There we go. So we're waiting to fill up this draft. 1 second. Alright, we are live. Alright, we are live. And then let me just change one thing. Just getting this set up really quick. Just getting this set up really quick. Change. Griffnick, appreciate you joining the draft. Thank you very much. Griffnick, appreciate you joining the draft. Thank you very much. I will take pick 9. Just giving myself that. I will take pick 9. Just giving myself that. What up, Profound? How you doing? Alright, we are live. Everyone go let your friends know if they're looking to have some fun and do some fantasy football drafts. They're more than welcome to join. Alright, so currently we have 11 more spots left. I'm hoping we can fill this because This is good practice for my high stakes 14-man draft tomorrow night. I will be streaming that draft, so make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, Tuesday, August 31st at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you guys haven't already, go follow my TikTok at BenGR1FF. I post daily fantasy football content over there, so, you know. What's there not to like about some content over on TikTok? So let me send out this invite link to some people. Man mock draft over on Sleeper. Alright, yeah. Just sent it out to my league. So we should have more people joining in soon. Yeah, if you guys have any fantasy football related questions before we get started, just type them in the chat. I'll be answering all of them. So far we got my homie Profound and then Big Brother Griffnick. So we are waiting on 11 more people. I'm hoping this can fill up. Last time we filled up 10 spots. Yeah. Again, this is for practice for my high stakes draft, which is also a 14-man one tomorrow night. If you guys have any fantasy football related questions or just anything else you'd like to ask me, just type them in the chat. I'll respond to all your questions. Also, guys, if you're not already subscribed to this channel, you're missing out. I just this morning put out a video, a 38-minute video, very informative video on making a tier list of all NFL wide receivers, to talk through all of them and my reasoning. So yeah, if you guys are looking for some in-depth analysis and some of my takes on the top wide receivers and where I see them in the rankings, be sure to go watch that video. It's a little long, but it's very informative, and you won't regret watching it. Also, the other day I uploaded 10 sleepers / late round value picks. That was one of my other videos. I plan to do weekly streams on here along with my content. So yeah, there's a lot to come. And I post daily over on TikTok at BenGR1FF. If you're looking for some fantasy information, why not go check me a follow. Alright, so last time we filled this up to 10. I'm hoping we can get more people in this. I'm gonna go live on TikTok right now. because I think some of my viewers will flow through there. I'll be back in. Okay, that's fine, Griffdeck. So we will be going live on TikTok. Alright. Never actually gone live on TikTok, so how do we do this? Oh, live. Hey, Brendan Plunkett, thank you very much for joining the draft. Looking to fill the rest of this draft up because I have a 14-man high stakes draft tomorrow night, so this is sort of my preparation. Let's see. How do I go live on TikTok? Does anyone know in the YouTube chat? Again, we have 10 more spots left. I'm hoping we can fill the rest of this up pretty quickly. Yes, so we are waiting for 10 more people to join up. I'm really hoping we can fill this up so I can get some practice in and have a talk with you guys. Any fantasy related questions or just anything you'd like to ask me, just type them in the chat. I'll be more than happy to answer them. I'm just right now looking at my phone. I'm not like scrolling social media, but I'm actually getting some people to join up. Go live on TikTok, like I said, trying to figure that out now. Now I will also be still live on YouTube. How do I go live on TikTok? Let me look this up. Go away. To go live on TikTok, you create. Liam Gregory, thank you for joining the draft. Appreciate that. How do I do this? TikTok. How do I go live on TikTok? I don't know. Yeah, so we got 9 more spots to fill. Hopefully this can fill up pretty quickly. To another stream. Today we're going to be doing a 14-man sleeper mock draft. Patty VB, appreciate you joining the draft. So we got 8 more spots to fill. Hopefully we can fill this up. I know 14 is a lot of people, but I'm trying to practice/prepare for a high stakes draft that I have tomorrow night. Yeah, so hopefully we'll fill the rest of this up and then start it. We might have to fill this up with a some CPUs in here. I think we'll have to do that. Alright, I started it up. Hopefully that's all good with you guys, and yeah, here we go. Profound is on the clock. I don't know if he's here. Hope he's here. He goes with Christian McCaffrey. Now Griffnick is next. So it's only 10 rounds this time, so it'll go by pretty quick. Patty VB is now on the clock. Good pick. I like that. Now Brandon Plunkett. Alright, now I'm on the clock. Who do we got? Aaron Jones, Eckler. Saquon, he's a very risky pick. So I think the safest one, I'm going to go with Aaron Jones. So these first few picks. What the hell? Jeez, I don't know what these CPUs are thinking, but yeah. These first few picks I agree with most of them. I think Jonathan Taylor, Plunkett auto, but he reached on him a little bit because I don't love the situation. I think he's more of a second rounder with Marlon Mack is back and Nyheim Hines will be involved. Early second round. I'm on the clock. I think I'm going to go with Najee Harris. We got the double running backs, so our running backs are locked up now, which I like. Yeah, overall, I don't know why the CPU picked Mahomes, but other than that, besides Jonathan Taylor and Mahomes, everything else has gone pretty well in this draft. Yeah. Good pick with Chris Carson, although, yeah, we see the running back fall off that I'm talking about. Like, this is the running back dead zone with who wants to draft DeAndre Swift with their third pick, or Josh Jacobs, or Miles Sanders. Like, those are all running backs who have a lot of red flags, in my opinion. And I'm not going to go reach on a running back, or this is literally wide receiver heaven. Like, look at all this value, you know? So I got both of my running backs locked up. I'm feeling really good about them. So who we got here? Godwin. CD has COVID. I think I'm going to go with CD Lamb here with this pick. He should be back from COVID within the next day or two. That's what head coach Mike McCarthy said. So, yeah, guys, if you haven't heard from me, you need to prioritize running backs. Running backs are going off the board extremely early. And, like, you don't want to be drafting a guy like Myles Gaskin. Yeah, like, I wouldn't reach for any of these running backs right now. This is wide receiver heaven. I'm on the clock again. I like DJ Moore a lot. All the top quarterbacks are gone. I'm going to go with DJ Moore. Again, guys, this is a 14-man league. I apologize if you guys think it's too big, but I'm preparing for a high-stakes draft of mine that I have tomorrow night, the 31st. If any of you guys are in here in the YouTube chat, say what's up. T. Higgins, I like that pick a lot. He's going to be a beast. I don't like the Jamar Chase hype. You know, I don't think he's going to be that good. I would not reach on him at all. So we got 2 running backs and 2 receivers. How are we looking at quarterback now? I didn't realize how far the quarterbacks are falling off the board. I'm gonna go with Matt Stafford. I'm not completely confident in Jalen Hurts. Again, Gardner Minshew has repeatedly said that he's not going into these, backup roles. He wants to compete for a starting job. I think Jalen Hurts does have the starting job right now. He has it locked up, but if he struggles, the Eagles are not going to hesitate. They're going to go right to Gardner Minshew. So I like Stafford a lot. We're on the clock again. Wow. Jerry Jeudy. Let's go. I think Judy's going to be excellent in year 2. So we still need a tight end. Patty VB is on the clock. So far, I got Matt Stafford, Aaron Jones, Najee Harris, CeeDee Lamb, DJ Moore. I like my receivers a lot and my running backs a lot. I actually like Matt Stafford also a lot for where I got him. How are we looking at running back? Oh my gosh, the fall off is crazy. These drafts go by really fast with 10 rounds and with 30-second clocks. Let me know if you guys like them. Last time we went with 15 rounds and 2-minute clocks. So it's very fast-paced here. I still need a tight end. I'm not going to reach on Noah Fant. I'm on the clock again. Man. Don't like the territory that we are in. Not like Tyler Boyd this year. 3 straight tight ends off the board here in the 7th round. Again, this is 14-man draft. I'm sorry if you guys think it's too many people, but I'm doing this purposely to give you guys practice and essentially to give me practice for my high stakes 14-man draft tomorrow night. So I'm on the clock again. I've got my flex. Yeah, so I'm looking at tight ends. I like Tyler Higbee this year. I think he's going to find the end zone more than people think. Yeah, I think he's going to be good. Yeah, look at my next iced out. Yeah. And we're closing in on the last 2 rounds of this draft. It's a very fast-paced draft with the CPUs, and that it's only 10 rounds. Excuse me. Let me know what you guys think of it. Do you like it, or do you think it should be 15 rounds? So yeah, we're essentially drafting your starting lineup without kicker and defense and 2 bench players, which I think is enough, and it goes by pretty quickly. We are already closing in on the last 2 rounds. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the chat. I will be rating and analyzing each team at the end. So Brandon Plunkett is on the clock here. I like Henry Ruggs a lot this year. Remember, guys, in 2020, he was the Raiders' first-round pick with, I believe, the 11th pick overall. You know, he has to make a big step in the right direction this year, or, you know, people are already saying that it was not the right pick. All right, I'm on the clock again. I'm going to go with Chuba Hubbard. Now, my explanation on that is just talent-wise, he's a rookie. They just drafted him. What round was he drafted in? Oh, my God. Chuba Hubbard. Hubbard was drafted in the... He was drafted in the 4th round. Okay. So, I drafted him... Essentially, if McCaffrey goes down, he would be their number 1 back. So I like that in a deep league. Ooh, yeah. I'm on the clock again. Give me Marquez Callaway all day long, baby. We've only seen good stuff from Marquez Callaway. He absolutely balled out in preseason. I don't think preseason can fully portray the picture, and it can't fully show us how good he is. But yeah, I think he's the wide receiver 1 in New Orleans. So I just got him in the 10th round, which is a steal. So far my team's finished out really, really good in my opinion. Alright, we are done with the draft. Wow, that was really fast. Alright, so I'm going to be talking through the teams. If you guys have any questions, please type in the chat. Thanks, everyone. if you have any questions. Yeah, guys, if you have any questions, hop over on the YouTube stream and we will talk with you guys. So, first team is Profound. Started off with the McCaffrey and then Chris Carson, Allen Robinson. This start is really good. First pick in these 14 person leagues. It's interesting. Like you get the first pick, you get Christian McCaffrey, who is single-handedly the biggest advantage in fantasy football. But you also get, you're getting in return your next two picks is a guy like Chris Carson, who Seattle is a run-first offense, and Allen Robinson. So Allen Robinson is a top 10 wide receiver, and Chris Carson is top 16 running back. So this is a really good start. Now, T. Higgins, you got him here. I think T. Higgins will be excellent this year. You slightly reached on him, but I still think he's going to be insane this year. He's going to put up crazy numbers in year 2. Guys, remember, year 2 is the most common breakout year for wide receivers. So I think he's going to have a big year. Let's see. Nick, why did you take Kamara over Cook? Oh, Nick got auto-drafted. Yeah, he got Monty. And then Devonta Smith in the 6th. So going back, we have Hawkinson. I think Hawkinson has the potential to get 130 plus targets. If you guys don't know how many targets that is, that's like 8 targets per game, which is a lot for a tight end. Detroit's going to be very, very run first with literally no wide receivers. The wide receivers are like Tyrell Williams. I can't even name any others. Brashad Perriman, I think, is there. But yeah, they're going to be very run first. And when they do pass the ball, they're going to be looking for Hawkinson all day long. He's going to get a lot of targets when they do throw the ball. Now, Jalen Hurts, you got him. Okay, 6th round. Any other quarterbacks? So, my take on Jalen Hurts, we just saw that Gardner Minshew got traded to Philadelphia. And Gardner Minshew came out and said that he doesn't want to be a backup. He wants to compete for a starting job. I mean, he competed in Jacksonville, but Trevor Lawrence clearly was the better player. He's coming into Philadelphia. You guys just need to remember that. Jalen Hurts, he started 3 games last season. We all know, starting job is locked up, but if Jalen Hurts, if something goes wrong with Jalen Hurts, the Eagles are immediately turning to Gardner Minshew. That's why they signed him. Jalen Hurts has started 3 games in the NFL. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. We'll have to see. Oh, damn, I got auto-drafted in the first 3 with Shocks. Yeah, Shocks. Sorry that I, didn't tell you. I thought you guys were still on there. My bad. If you got any questions, just type in the chat. Trade questions, start sit, whatever. Draft questions. And then after that, you went James Conner for his cost. I don't hate him, but I'm a huge Chase Edmonds fan. I watched him play his college ball down at Fordham. I'm a massive Chase Edmonds fan, and I think Chase Edmonds is clearly the number 1. But I think Connor's career is almost toast, in my opinion. I don't hate him for his cost, but yeah. Michael Pittman, we don't know if he's the wide receiver 1 on his team. You know, a guy like Darnell Mooney has locked up the wide receiver 2, but T.Y. Hilton, I believe, just went down with neck injury, like in his disc plates. These drafts are great, though. For just going. Yeah, thanks, Nick. I pay a lot of attention to fantasy. For the amount of time I spend each day, probably like 3 to 4 hours. Looking at my fantasy team, sending trades, reading reports, watching television, watching ESPN in the mornings. I got up at 5:45 a.m. today. Yeah, so back to, the deal with Darnell Mooney is he's locked up the wide receiver 2 in Chicago. I'm not concerned about him. The only thing with him is his upside. Like, we're drafting for his upside. His floor is what he did last year, which was, I don't know, maybe wide receiver 30. So it's really, there's very low risk when drafting Darnell Mooney. Now, Michael Pittman, it'll be very interesting to see. Like I said, T.Y. Hilton just went down today. Head coach Frank Reich said that it was something to do with his neck and his disc place. I believe he'll be out for like the first month of the season. Yeah. So, and then you also have Paris Campbell there. I think Michael Pittman will be the wide receiver one, but it'll be interesting to see. What's the deal with Carson Wentz? Let me check real quick. Yeah, Carson Wentz just went down with COVID, so there's a lot of uncertainty surrounding the Indianapolis Colts. It'll be interesting to see how it turns out. And then Todd Gurley, he's not even signed. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Baltimore makes a move for a running back to basically handcuff or split touches with Gus Edwards. Because behind Gus Edwards, you have, I believe, Justice Hill. So if I was Baltimore, I would try to go out for a veteran running back who has proven themselves in this league, just to be there to carry the other half of the workload for Gus Edwards. Because I do think Gus Edwards is good fantasy wise for 5th, 6th round. He's a good pick, but I don't think he can sustain a full workload. I don't think he's that type of running back. So it'll be interesting to see. I think Gurley could be a candidate for Baltimore. Although his knees are not doing well. Gurley, yeah, Nick, I was just talking about that. I don't know if you heard that. Gurley was a speed take. I was thinking about it. Yeah, you weren't. Yeah, I understand. I'm just talking through it. I'm not saying it's a terrible pick. Todd Gurley, like I said, could get signed by the Baltimore Ravens and split touches with Gus Edwards. So, yeah, I understand that you weren't paying attention really. It's easier for me to look at it this way. Okay. I think your team's actually really good. The only thing is, so you have McCaffrey, Chris Carson, Allen Robinson, T. Higgins. So your wide receivers and running backs are above average. Jalen Hurts is an quarterback. We still really don't know what the situation is with the Eagles signing Gardner Minshew. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not if Jalen Hurts does bad, I wouldn't be surprised if the Eagles just turn to Gardner Minshew. So yeah, I think your team's really good, to be honest. I'd rate this team a 7.5 out of 10. I think the only weakness really is, I would prefer Darnell Mooney over James Conner. But yeah, remember guys, this is a 14-man league. You're not coming by some very easy picks. So yeah, good job there, Braden. Next is Griffnick. Okay, yeah. So I look at it easier this way. So Justin Herbert. He's a really good quarterback. I was watching ESPN earlier, actually Get Up, and they were talking about how the Miami Dolphins selected Tua before Justin Herbert was picked. Was Tua the right pick? There's been a lot of Deshaun Watson trade rumors. Will he go to Miami? I honestly really wouldn't be surprised. I think it's more in that the Dolphins are a borderline playoff team, and they want to take the next step in their franchise. I don't think it's necessarily Tua that's the problem. I think what it is you're right, Tua's here. They like Tua, but getting Watson brings their whole team to the next level, and then they'll break a borderline playoff, Super Bowl contender eventually. So I think that's, the rationale of the Miami Dolphins, because there have been trade talks. So, what were we talking about? Yeah, so we were talking about Herbert. Okay, yeah, Herbert, very good quarterback. He's a franchise quarterback for the Chargers, and I think he's just as good as guys like Russell Wilson and Dak Prescott and Aaron Rodgers, Griffnick. Okay, yeah, so Alvin Kamara, very good. Yeah, I did notice that you got auto pick there. So basically, let's just say Dalvin Cook and Monty. I don't love David Montgomery. Last season, he saw a 90% snap share, and the Bears, he just won't see those type of numbers this year. Tariq Cohen is back healthy, and I believe there's another running back. I'm forgetting his name. Let's see the Bears depth chart. and Damian Williams and Khalil Herbert, the rookie, out of Khalil Herbert, the rookie out of Virginia Tech. So yeah, those are 4 running backs that will be involved. Tariq Cohen is still getting back from an injury, but yeah, David Montgomery just won't see the 90% snap share that he saw last year. The volume won't be there. I really think he's a little overvalued in a lot of fantasy drafts, and some people are really reaching for him. They're reaching for him over guys like Chris Carson and even guys like no, not Edwards-Helaire, but yeah, they're reaching for him over guys like Chris Carson, DeAndre Swift, or even Miles Sanders. You know, I just don't think Montgomery will see that 90% snap share that he saw last season, and without getting the volume, you know, the fantasy production just won't be there. Yeah, so I was just talking about Montgomery, how I don't love him this season. And then wide receivers, so Devonta Smith and Terry McLaurin. So Terry McLaurin is an absolute stud. He's borderline elite. He's been playing with below average quarterback play for his whole career. And he's still managed to average 70 receiving yards per game in his first 2 seasons. So McLaurin's an absolute stud. Ryan Fitzpatrick, the best quarterback of his career, will be playing with Washington for this year. So I just expect McLaurin's fantasy stock and value just to go up. You know, he's an absolute stud, no matter what quarterback. It's similar to Allen Robinson. Yeah, like Terry McLaurin was playing with quarterbacks in previous seasons like Taylor Heineke, Kyle Allen, Alex Smith, Dwayne Haskins, you know. So, yeah, I think McLaurin will be a stud this year. Devonta Smith, if you guys, you know, don't know my opinions on guys like Devonta Smith, guys like Jalen Waddle, guys like Trey Sermon, like, they're rookies for a reason. And we saw last year with Justin Jefferson, with Antonio Gibson, with, you know, Jonathan Taylor. Like, rookies come into the league, and the guys that are getting drafted in the first round, you got to take a chance on some of them. And some of them, like Jalen Waddle was on my waiver wire, and Devonta Smith was on my waiver wire. I picked up both of them. Like, you need to take your chances on rookies because, I mean, the upside is there. The rookies are coming into this league. Some of them, these guys are getting drafted in the first round, and they're still on waivers. Like, I'm not talking about the quarterback position, but, like, especially wide receiver and running back, it's crazy. Some, like, first, second round rookies are on waivers. You need to take your chances on them. If not, they just bust. Like, Henry Ruggs was a bust. But if you think about it, like, let's look at 2020 NFL draft. Let's just see 2020 and how those first rounders panned out. Yeah, I'm not talking about quarterbacks. Henry Ruggs, okay, he bust. He was a bust, but that was the first wide receiver off the board. Jerry Jeudy sort of busted. But after that, CeeDee Lamb, 17th pick. He was a stud. Justin Jefferson was even more of a stud. Brandon Ayuk was a stud. Like, you need to take your chances on these rookies because T. Higgins was a stud. Michael Pittman, You know, DeAndre Swift, towards the end of the season, was holding good fantasy value. Like, these first, second round rookies, you really, really need to take your chances on them because the value and the upside will win you fantasy leagues. Like, after reading off that list, like Henry Ruggs, right, Jalen Reagor, and Jerry Jeudy were the guys who really only sort of busted. Like, all the other guys had great rookie seasons. You need one thing I'll take out of this, and one thing I've really taught myself recently is you need to take your chances on rookies. They're rookies for a reason. They're getting drafted in the first and second rounds. They're going to have major parts of their team's offense. So you need to take chances on the rookies whenever you can. They will win you fantasy leagues. Like I said, I have 2 rookies right now, 2 rookie wide receivers on my bench in Devonta Smith and in Jalen Waddle. So, yeah, that's my take on rookies. Just take your chances on them. Mark Andrews, I think he's a good mid-round tight end. He holds good value. He's going to see a lot of targets now that Marquise Brown and Rashad Bateman among the Ravens, a lot of the Ravens wide receiver room has gone down with injury, some COVID-19 related. So, yeah, I like Mark Andrews. Robbie Anderson, I think he's reuniting with Sam Darnold, his old quarterback. I think he's going to be really good. Him and DJ Moore. I'm high on both of them this year. Kenyon Drake, I mean, again, this is a 14-man league. I don't like despise you for picking him, but you know, I just don't love him this year. Wait, let's see where you got him. Yeah, you got him, you know, next to guys like, okay, yeah, you know, it all makes sense. But I wouldn't go after him in like a 10-man league. Philip Lindsay, he has an interesting situation in Houston. Like, it seems to me that Houston is just a place for veteran running backs to just end their career. Like, especially Mark Ingram, Rex Burkhead, and Philip Lindsay. Like, almost all those guys' careers are almost toast, except for Lindsay, to be honest. But yeah, I think Lindsay's the clear number one. I wouldn't really take your chances on him in like a 10-man league, but I don't hate the pick in a deeper format like this. Yeah, overall, I'd rate this team 6.5 out of 10. Next team is, I'm not going to rate the CPU rated teams. Pat AVB, Derrick Henry. All right, so let me just look at it this way real quick. Okay. Yeah, again, I'm not going to rate the CPU teams. Tom Brady, he's a good quarterback. Fantasy-wise, I don't really love him, but let me see where he took him. All right, you took him in the 6th round. Not bad. He doesn't have rushing upside, but like I said, fantasy-wise, I don't love him, but he's going to put up pretty consistent numbers. So, Derrick Henry, you know, good running backs with DeAndre Swift. Keenan Allen, Deontay Johnson. Keenan, I think he's really good this year. Deontay Johnson, I don't love him because Juju Smith-Schuster and Chase Claypool are there. No matter how good Deontay Johnson really is, he's still going to be competing for targets. And Steelers will be very run first with Najee this season. Mike Gesicki, where did you get him? By the way, Irv Smith went down. That was the CPU. They probably didn't realize, but Mike Gesicki, a lot of people think he's really underrated. I don't think he's bad, but yeah, he'll put up some touchdowns. I don't really have an opinion. James Robinson, I like that pick a lot, as obviously Travis Etienne went down. My thing on James Robinson is, if you guys didn't hear in the last stream, is that James Robinson did not come off the field last year. Like, the numbers he put up, he was top 5 in rushing in the NFL. He's just not going to see that type of volume. And he would be a second-round pick if there was no Travis Etienne this year, and if he saw just as much work as he did last year. But that's just not the case. Jacksonville last year was 1-16. They were down in almost all their games, obviously, and when you're down, you run the ball. So Robinson was getting a ton of work. There was literally no running back 2 in Jacksonville last year. So he was getting so much volume. He was on the field like 95% of the time. I believe he was touching the ball 70% of the time, which is crazy to think about. So yeah, they were feeding Robinson a lot last year. He's just not going to see that type of volume. I see him as like a top 15 running back this year, but just not as close to as good as he was last year. Like, what I'm saying about him, it was 1 year ago that he was a top 5 guy running back in rushing yards, but the talent is still there. It's just the volume. He won't be getting that. He won't be on the field for 95% of the time like it was last year, and they were down a lot, so they were running the ball. So yeah, I don't hate Robinson, but I just really wouldn't reach on him, and he's gonna see some regression from last year for some obvious reasons. DJ Chark, I don't love him. I think Laviska Shenault and Marvin Jones are both ahead of him there. So, yeah, I don't love him. Marquise Brown, I believe he's injured, and then Alexander Madison. I rate this team a 7 out of 10. Yeah, I think 7 out of 10 is good. Next is Brandon Plunkett. Appreciate you guys all joining up in the draft. I don't know if you're still in the YouTube stream, but really appreciate you guys. All right, Brandon Plunkett. Marquise Brown is now healthy. Are you sure about that, Profound? Alright, yeah. My bad. Just looks like he's just now healthy. Alright, yeah. Yeah, I knew about the hamstring, but alright. Yeah, thanks for the info. Ryan Tannehill, I like his late round value. I believe is he still on the COVID list? So Carson Wentz has COVID, but my question is Tannehill still on the COVID list? Let me look on fantasy. Ryan. Yeah, I believe he's still on the COVID list. Let me check. Like, does it say? Oops, sorry. Tannehill. Doesn't say when he's gonna return. So we got the report was 4 days ago. So I would assume maybe like what day is today? Yeah, he should be back in like a week, but he should be fine for week 1. So yeah, don't hate the pick. Jonathan Taylor. No, I don't. Did you get out? No, you didn't get out of draft. I don't think you did plug it. But what do you mean profile? He is. What are you saying about Tannehill? Yeah. I just saw he's still on the COVID-19 list. So let me just go through this real quick. Jonathan Taylor and Tony Gibson. Those are 2 really good running backs. Like I said, you reached John Taylor. I would have gone with Zeke there. Mike Evans. He's bound to see some touchdown regression. Like last year. You know, he wasn't like Chris Godwin in the way that Godwin was that big playmaker who could have downfield, upside. And the thing with Evans is he really only gives you just red zone and touchdown upside. He's not that, like, long, deep guy, deep threat. Whereas Chris Godwin does it, both can have the deep threat and also can find the end zone. On a consistent basis. So I like Godwin more than Evans. I think Evans is due for some touchdown regression this year. And also, like, you have AB there. Like, AB's a massive sleeper. And where did AB go in this draft? Alright, he went in the 8th round. Like, right near Laviska Shenault, Brandon Cooks. AB's a big sleeper. And you have to remember that Tom Brady's the quarterback. He led the Bucs in air yards last year. So, there's really pretty low risk in taking a guy like where were we? Okay, pretty low risk in taking a guy like AB. So yeah, I like that pick a lot. Wait, what? Oh yeah, I was just talking about Mike Evans and I went, yeah, so AB, I love his value. There's very low risk in him. Brandon Ayuk, another guy who I like a lot. I believe he's battling some sort of injury. Yeah, slight hamstring issue, but he should be fine for week 1. I think Ayuk's a massive sleeper. He is top 5. Sorry, no, not top 5. Top 10 receiver potential. Yeah, there's a lot to like about the young wide receiver in San Francisco. And my take on their starting quarterback thing is, I think Jimmy G's their guy. Kyle Shanahan has not really hinted at anything in his press conferences when being asked about who's the starting quarterback. But from what I've saw, it just seems to me that it's Jimmy Garoppolo. I think, are they going to ride out, Trey Lance, or are they going to ride with Jimmy Garoppolo? I think Jimmy Garoppolo will be their guy for at least the first few weeks. That's just, my gut instinct. Or no, sorry, my guess. Yeah, I like Ayuk a lot this year, whether or not Trey Lance or Jimmy G is the quarterback. I still think he's going to put up ridiculous numbers. Dallas Goedert, I don't really love him this year. Where do you got him in this? Come on. I mean, you're picking Goddard after a guy like Tyler Higbee and Logan Thomas. Yeah, I don't love the pick, really, at all. My thing with Dallas Goedert is there's a lot of quarterback uncertainty in Philadelphia, and everyone's saying, oh, Jalen Hurts is starting job locked up. They just signed Gardner Minshew, and Gardner Minshew has said confidently out in public that he wants to compete for a starting job. So, yeah, I'm a little concerned about Jalen Hurts. Like, if Jalen Hurts, if things go wrong for him, Philadelphia is just going to turn to Gardner Minshew. So, I don't love Dallas Goedert. I would have taken Higbee and Logan Thomas over him. Odell Beckham, I think if you guys saw that catch that went viral in the warm-ups of the last preseason game of the Browns versus the Falcons, I think Odell will be really good there. There's a lot of hate. Oh, the Odell catch is the only thing that made him good in this league. I think Odell is a talented wide receiver. He's still in his, he's not in his prime, but he's still, competing at the NFL level. How old is he? Oh, yeah. So he's 28 years old, A guy like Mike Evans is probably like the same age. 28 years old. I just guessed it. Yeah, I think Odell still has enough gas in the tank still left, to show what he's got. So I think I like him this year. And the Browns are serious contenders of an AFC championship. I wouldn't be surprised if they beat the Chiefs. They have a very good offensive line. Corey Davis, I think he's a sleeper this year. I've heard good reports about him with Zach Wilson. And then Henry Ruggs is a guy, like I said before. He was the first receiver drafted in the 2020 NFL draft. He was the highest rated receiver in the 2020 NFL draft class. And he busted up last year. But I think that, in my opinion, Henry Ruggs is worth a pickup. We saw the bust last year, but he was the number one receiver in a stacked draft class with Chase Claypool, with Justin Jefferson, with CeeDee Lamb, all these stud second-year wide receivers. So I would definitely take Henry Ruggs. I think he'll need to take a big step forward this year to prove himself. A lot of people are saying it wasn't the right pick, but we'll have to see, And Las Vegas traded away Nelson Aguilar. I believe Nelson Aguilar was a free agent. He went off to New England. So Henry Ruggs has his chance, as the wide receiver 1. And then Marvin Jones, I like his upside. Overall, I'd rate this team a 7.5 out of 10. And then my team. So talk a little bit about my team. Matthew Stafford, I went with him because I think he's going to be really good. Los Angeles will be pass first with Matt Stafford. I think he's going to be really good. He's a big sleeper, and I like him a lot. He's in a much better situation in Los Angeles with a better O-line and overall just a better system for him. So I like Stafford this year. Aaron Jones and Najee Harris, just two stud running backs, like two workhorse running backs that will win fantasy leagues. So if this was an actual league, I'm very confident in this team. CeeDee Lamb will be off the COVID list shortly. I believe. I was just looking at the report if there was any new information. But yeah, CeeDee Lamb has top 5 wide receiver potential in him. So does Amari Cooper. I think Amari Cooper is just as talented. There's been a lot of hype going around about CeeDee Lamb for good reasons. So yeah, I like CeeDee Lamb a lot this year. And then DJ Moore. These two receivers, I'm very confident in them. They're very underrated, and they're going to produce this year. Tyler Higbee, he's going to find the end zone. I like him for where I got him. Jared Jeudy, like I said, year 2 is the most frequent breakout year for wide receivers. We saw it with Terry McLaurin. We saw it with A.J. Brown. We saw it with DK Metcalf, etc. I think Jared Jeudy will be really, really good. I think he's going to take a big step forward this year. And you can get him in a 10-man league in the 6th, 7th, 8th round even, which is crazy. I think Jared Jeudy is going to be tremendous this year. Tyler Boyd, a guy who I like a lot, especially in PPR formats and in deeper leagues. Chuba Hubbard, if you guys didn't hear my explanation on his pick, on that pick of mine, sorry. The thing with Hubbard is you have Christian McCaffrey, but Hubbard was I believe, 3rd or 4th round pick this year. He's a rookie. If Christian McCaffrey goes down, they're turning right to Chuba Hubbard. So I took him for that reason. Marquez Callaway, everyone has saw how good Marquez Callaway was in preseason. Not saying that preseason is a great thing to go off of, but he's been an absolute stud. Him and Jameis Winston have had some crazy downfield catches, and yeah, in the 10th round, that's a steal. He's the wide receiver 1. He could lead them in targets. They're tight ends like Adam Troutman. So yeah, Marquez Callaway could be really, really good this year in fantasy. And then I believe we have one last team. So Liam Gregory. Yeah, I think my team's an 8 out of 10. I like it a lot. At least an 8 out of 10, to be honest. And then last one, Liam Gregory. Like I said, I'm not rating the CPU rated teams. So we got Josh Allen. He's a top 3 quarterback. Melvin Gordon, Mike Davis. That's very sketchy running backs. I don't know why you took Melvin Gordon. So wait, did anything happen to Javonte Williams? I guess it was a healthy scratch. But Javonte Williams, I like a ton this year. I don't like Melvin Gordon. Liam, I said this to you earlier, but I feel like Melvin Gordon's career is almost toast. I think. Sorry, I just saw this now profile. Want to get on at 5:30 deployment for the Cash Cup. I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know if I really want to do the Cash Cup. Does Griffinick want to do it? I'm really not like that into Fortnite anymore. I guess I'll do it, but Griffinick's doing it. I don't really feel like it. But I'm letting you guys down. I'll talk to you guys in a Discord call after. And then Liam Gregory. So then he has Travis Kelce. Or like I said, Melvin Gordon's career is almost toast. I think Javonte Williams, Denver traded up in this year's draft to get him, so I think he's going to be really good. Mike Davis is going to see the volume. I don't hate the pick. DeAndre Hopkins, Jarvis Landry. I don't know, Jarvis Landry, why you took him so high, but yeah, overall, I rate this team a 6.5 out of 10. Yeah, that's going to be it for the stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, if you guys have not already followed me on TikTok, keep up with me over on there. We're going to be doing more mock draft streams. And also, I've posted 2 YouTube videos so far. One was 10 sleepers / late round value picks that I like this year. And then also, I did a wide receiver tier list. So, go check out those videos. And also, go check out my TikTok. I post daily fantasy football content over there. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed the stream, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.